Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name's GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another Saturday Top 10, where today we're going to be counting down the top 10 first rooms in Treyarch Zombies history. This was requested by Michael Black, who commented at top 10 first rooms Greg. So if you guys have a top 10 idea that you want to see here on the channel, make sure to comment it down below, and I may use your comment next time. So anyways, guys, this is not really counting like the best map for a first room challenge or anything like that. This is just the top 10 first rooms in my personal opinion. You guys may disagree, but overall, I think all of these are pretty good. If you disagree, let me know which first room you think is the best down below in the comment section. And once again, comment a top 10 idea you guys have for next week. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be Riese / The Giant. They're both basically the exact same thing, and you see a lot of people doing high rounds, for example, in the first room of the Giant. You have the RK5, you have the Shiva if you're playing on the Giant, or you have the Kar 98, which everyone loves to use, or the Gewehr 43 or G43. And overall, I think that the World at War version is a little bit better. Obviously, a lot of people play it in BO1 as well. I know some people do like first room challenges, and there's a lot of strafe jumps that you can do on classic Riese, which is really cool. But overall, I think the first room on Riese is perfect. It allows you to go whichever way you decide you want to go. If you want to go and get the trench gun in World at War or the Thompson, whatever you want to do, the map splits it up that way perfectly. So it comes in here at the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be Eisendrache. Now overall, this first room can be very challenging if you don't have like a wall power or anything like that. If you're just playing with like an RK5 pretty much the entire time, you're going to struggle a little bit. But the cool thing about this first room is you have tram fuses, and you can throw grenades into the gondola that you ride up in at the start of the game and open up the second gondola, which allows you to get a pack-punched haymaker. You can get a pack-punched man of war, you can get monkey bombs, and also it's really rare, but you can get a ray gun just from a normal tram fuse. And the tram fuses are going to help you if you get like insta kills and things like that. So overall, I think that in itself makes Eisendrache a really fun first room. Just watch out for the Panzer on round 12, because you will probably die if you don't have a death machine. Coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be Die Rise. Now I know a lot of people hate this map, but I actually really enjoy playing the first room on Die Rise. Now you're going to be using the Olympia the entire time, because the M14 is right outside of the first room, and you can't go in the elevator because you'll go down. But the great thing about this map is you have jumping jack rounds, and although they take 3 knives to kill, you can get perks. And just like me in this gameplay you're watching, I literally got Jug in the first room. So you can get any perk you can imagine that's on the map. Just hope you don't get who's who, and try to get double tap and Jug, and you'll be set the entire game. Now somehow I got stuck and ended up dying basically right after, a couple rounds later, but still it was pretty hype when I got Jug just playing off stream. Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be Ascension. Now Ascension is widely regarded as one of the easiest maps in all of Call of Duty Zombies, but I think the thing that makes this map so enjoyable in the first room is not only do you play in black and white, which I guess really isn't a plus, but you can train around fairly easily right around where you take the lunar lander. Now overall, it's really easy to just maneuver around that area pretty much effortlessly in a way, and the fact that you don't have to worry about monkeys if you're just playing in the first room also is a plus. You don't really have to worry about losing any perks or anything like that, and you can just use quick revive as well. So I think that the Ascension first room is super chill, and it's kind of like an open area, so you have plenty of room to move around, and it's a lot of fun actually. Coming in at the number 6 spot, maybe a controversial one, but it is Origins. Now Origins is one of my favorite first rooms to play for fun, because it not only is a challenge, but once you get 115 headshots, you get a free pack-a-punch gun from the challenge box. Now the great thing about this is you can get a Scar H, you can get an STG, things like that, but just hope you don't get a bad weapon, especially when you're playing the BO3 version, because you can get like the Weevil or the MP40, which I guess the Weevil has a lot of ammo, but the MP40 is just not that great. Now overall, getting 115 headshots is a huge challenge in Black Ops 2 as compared to Black Ops 3 when you can use the Shiva. But in Black Ops 2 you only have the Ballista and the M14, so it does take a little bit more of a challenge to get those. And also if you spend 30,000 points, you get double tap, which is also going to help you in the first room. Overall, it's super fun to play, but it's fairly difficult, and it comes in here at the number 6 spot. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be a Cold War map, and that is going to be Forsaken. Now, when this map came out, and I noticed that you basically have a first room that's pretty much exactly like Moon, where zombies just keep spawning and the rounds keep flipping. It set up a good like start to a map, because you can get a ton of points at the start of the game, which I usually do every single time. But not only that, you have depth perception in the spawn room to give you an excess amount of salvage, which is huge early game. And also, it's just fun and fairly difficult. Once you start getting abominations and the red guys coming at you all the time, it can create a unique challenge for the start of a map. And that's why I really like Forsaken. I think just like starting off already in a high tense situation makes the map a little bit more enjoyable, especially at the start of games. So it comes in here at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be another Black Ops Cold War Zombies map, and that is Maschine. Now, I think this first room is perfect for a multitude of different reasons. Not only do you have a huge open area, which is really nice, but also it was one of the spots that I used for Dark Ether Camo all the time. Now, if you were like me and grinded Cold War at the start of the game, all we had was Maschine. There was literally nothing else to play to grind headshots and things like that. So I was constantly training in Maschine in the first room, and I found this to be definitely the most effective spot. You keep the door next to the crafting table closed, you pop Ring of Fire in that corner and just blast away at everything coming and get easy headshots. And for that reason, I think it is a fantastic first room and definitely one of my favorites. Now, yes, it is in Black Ops Cold War, which I guess isn't really necessarily like an old favorite for a lot of people, but a lot of new players really enjoy it as well. So I think for that reason, it comes in at the number 4 spot for me. Coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be Moon. Now, I'm not talking about the first room on the Moon. I'm talking about Area 51. Area 51 and No Man's Land is widely considered to be one of the hardest challenges that you can do in all of Call of Duty Zombies. I struggle with it, of course, all the time. And there's a lot of people that I feel like if you play it a lot, you can get a lot better, and it will help you with training and things like that, which I desperately need help of because I'm obviously terrible at the game. Now, one thing about Moon is it is going to be a struggle, but once you get Mustang and Sally's in the first room, you're pretty much set. You also have to worry about dogs and things like that, but overall it's really fun, and you always want to get Jug if you're doing a first room challenge, of course, in No Man's Land. But other than that, I think Moon is just great. Now, the actual first room, which is considered like the first room challenge on Moon, it's not really great. You have no weapons in there, so you literally are stuck with Mustang and Sally's for the most part. So overall, I don't really like the Moon first room, but Area 51 I guess would be considered a first room in my personal opinion for this list. So it comes in here at the number 3 spot. Coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be Revelations from Black Ops 3. This is one of the most open areas that you can get when it comes to Black Ops 3 zombies, and for that reason I think it's great. You can train around in all the different areas on the map, and another thing that makes this even more challenging is not only can you start with the RK5 and buy it off the wall, the Shiva's there, but you get Panzers and Margwas depending on which round you're on, and also you get bug rounds, which also can be a pretty big challenge when all you have is quick revive unless you're using gobblegums. Now, gobblegums are there, so you can spawn in immolation and get a mystery box in the spawn room as well, which is really fun if you plan on doing like a first room challenge. And you can also upgrade the apothecary servant by shooting all the rocks from the spawn room, which in itself is really cool. So overall, I think that Revelations is a fantastic first room. It's a lot of fun to play, and it comes in here at the number 2 spot. Alright guys, we have 3 quick honorable mentions on this list. The first one is going to be Firebase Z from Cold War. This first room is a lot of fun. You also have the Rampage Inducer in that first room and Quick Revive as well, which is really nice. Next up is Kino der Toten. Kino is really fun until you have to deal with the dogs, and for that I recommend getting the Olympia, and you'll have a lot of fun playing that first room. There's also a mystery box there, but chances are you're not going to get it, so unless you're playing Black Ops 3, I guess, with gobblegums. And last but not least is Ancient Evil. This first room is really difficult because you're going to get Blight Fathers and eventually the Giganese, but overall it's a ton of fun to play. You have a lot of open area, and you can also get pretty good at it with the Strife and all that sort of thing, and it's a lot of fun to play as well, as long as you're good at cutbacking inside of like the main Apollo's Temple area. And now it is time for the number 1 spot. All right, guys, coming in at the number 1 spot is going to be the map 9 from Black Ops 4 Zombies, one of my favorite chaos maps. All the chaos maps are great, even Voyage and Dead of the Night, but the 9 first room is pretty much perfect. After round 4, every even round you have to deal with fire, which is probably the most annoying thing, but one thing that is great about this map is getting the challenges done, because you can get a pack-punch strife literally as the 3rd challenge, as long as you get the 10 specialist kills instead of sliding under a blade trap. But not only that, you have special rounds to kill the different enemies on the map. You have tigers, you have gladiators, you have brawlers, and then of course you can't forget one of the most annoying enemies in all of Call of Duty Zombies, the Blight Father, otherwise known as the Blight Daddy, which is pretty annoying. But overall, I think that this first room is great. You have the specialist weapons to use to your advantage, and of course the pack-a-punch strife is going to make it a lot more fun, but chances are that is going to be the last challenge that you get that you can actually do in the first room, because most of the time it's going to be staying in the temple for a full round. Now overall, I think 9 is a perfect example of a great middle area and a great start to the map, because yes, you can only go 2 ways, but if you got free doors before by doing the Easter egg before or playing Voyage before, you can literally open up Odin and Zeus at the start of the game, even though the door's red. So overall, I think that is a fantastic map and literally the best first room in all Call of Duty Zombies. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.